So Mario and Luigi Brothership just got some big news and new information that we have not seen about this game so far. And in fact, Nintendo's doing something very interesting right now with their 2024 games that are set to be released through the rest of this year, where they're creating brand new websites that outline a lot of new details, showing us new trailers and snippets of gameplay. And this is happening across the board with games like Echoes of Wisdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and most recently, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Now this game is out on November 7th, so you have plenty of time to look into it, pre-order it, decide if you're going to pick it up at or shortly thereafter launch. And in today's video, I want to walk through the Japanese promotional website that was created that outlines a lot of new details around this game, and take a look at the latest trailer from the Nintendo of America channel, but also a couple different snippets of gameplay that we have not seen previously, and those are Japan only trailers, so you may have missed them. So we have a lot of new information to break down today. Before we do that, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification to join Sunbro Nation if you're new here. And with that, we'll hop right over to the Mario and Luigi Brothership Japanese webpage. So we will take a look at the new official trailer for this game, which is roughly about 30 seconds long after going through some of this new information. But if you have seen that trailer already, you probably know that this game looks really beautiful. I mean, honestly, I think the visual style for it is absolutely standing out at this point now that we've seen more environments, and it's really exciting to see Nintendo go in this visual direction in a Mario and Luigi game. And you can see this is a translated page, so keep that in mind. Some things might not be machine translated perfectly, but you will get the general idea of what is being conveyed here. And you have this top information that just reads new information on Mario and Luigi RPG Brothership, including adventure bases and new brother attacks has been revealed. Now you continue to scroll down and you do have, of course, the release date on Thursday, November 7th, 2024. And this is the first completely new title in the series. Mario and Luigi Brothership will be released for the first time in 9 years. With just over 2 months to go until the game's release, we'll look at the islands where the adventure takes place and the new brother attack that can be used in battle, along with information that will be revealed for the first time. If you haven't seen this video, this is just kind of referencing the initial direct trailer, so we'll kind of skip on right past that. But Funashima, if I'm saying that right, is set as the base for this adventure. And you can then read here, the story is set in a new world called Connectoral Land, where the ocean spreads out. Mario and Luigi, who have come from the Mushroom Kingdom, visit unknown islands drifting in the sea on a ship island where a large tree called the Connectoral Tree grows. And then so you can then see like a really high render of each of the high resolution render of each of the things that we're looking at here. And we will actually take a minute to kind of appreciate some of the artwork, because again, as mentioned, Nintendo's really kind of done a lot here with the visual style. I am very much a fan of it, and this website does a really nice job of kind of laying everything out. Now there is some information on like Connecta, this character, that is her name. She obviously is like themed around like an electricity plug, and you do have like individual essentially breakdowns of who these characters are, and just like a quick description that we will kind of skip past for the interest of time. But various drifting islands flowing through the sea. Connectoral Land is the home to a variety of drifting islands that serve as the setting for adventures. Here are some of the drifting islands that you can head to from Funashima. Now, Grand Island is the first one that's outlined here, and you do have high-res screenshots of essentially each of these different areas. You just look at how light and vibrant rather the colors are, with, I'm assuming, those NPCs like we saw highlighted earlier up in the webpage. And you have, starting with the Holy Grail city of Gragradish, the island full of lumpy and hard things. Objects made by residents who like to make things are displayed all over the island. And you saw all the different screenshots we have there. Tuas Island, a tourist island blessed with an abundant amount of nature. A large, strangely shaped tree called the Twist Tree grows and has become a landmark on this island. And then you have each of the kind of detailed screenshots here showing off definitely a more green foresty type of theme, but all very tropical island based. Like, I do actually like the island setting for this. I think it's a really unique thing to kind of, have essentially different Mario type of environments with, this one may be looking a little bit more like desert like, this one forest like, and they're all going to have kind of their own unique identity, but they're different islands that are strung together. Savileta Island next up, an island lined with old buildings. These days it seems that kidnapping birds are frequently coming and taking away the inhabitants of the island somewhere. So There's kind of a kidnapping situation going on in this island, and I'm sure that you are going to try to get to the bottom of that and save the day as Mario and Luigi. And I'm assuming we're going to tackle these items or islands rather in somewhat of a linear fashion. That is very much what I'm personally expecting this. Zenga Lever Island, an urban island that also contributed to the economic development of Connectoral Land. There are many residents who are preoccupied with business, and there is a busy atmosphere. So they legitimately have like a giant city, a New York or an LA type of situation where everything's based around big business. People are busy and in a rushed environment, and you have more of like this skyscraper setup looking aesthetic to it. So again, really cool, unique thing here. Kandan Island is next up. Half of the island is magma, the other half is ice. It is inhabited by two opposing races and seems that they fight every day over some topic. So you have kind of a civil war situation going over here to some scale, maybe a smaller scale than calling it a civil war, but you get the idea. Essentially the residents kind of fighting, disagreeing with each other, and they're fire and ice, so they don't actually mix that well, and that would kind of make sense that there's a little bit of conflict going on in this land. I do absolutely love the look of the ice land portion of this island here, and it's actually a really cool theme to kind of merge those two together. Battle with the monsters that live on the island. On each island, you'll have to fight against temperamental monsters in order to win. The key is to activate Mario and Luigi's coordinated moves well. But then you have this combination attack, which is kind of going to be what we're going to focus on in terms of like the next portion of the video here. And in fact, we will just make this full screen so you guys can kind of see it, and we will restart it. So essentially, the idea here with what's going on is you have a team-based attack where it's A, B, and A. You have to time it just right in order to correctly get the maximum amount of damage. And you have yet another combo going on here as well. This is going to be a really cool thing here, and I guess kind of taking that timing mechanic to the next level and kind of focusing on different buttons, and that's how you're going to do maximum damage in order to take out a number of different enemies. I really like this here. If you played Mario the Thousand Year Door or Mario RPG, it just looks like a different variation of kind of what you do in those games. So if you fail to enter the button, the power will decrease. So the key is how to perform normal moves as a combination attack. Also, if either Mario or Luigi is down, it will be a solo attack. So it's important to always stock up on healing items. So obviously you want to stay alive the entire time, and Mario and Luigi can die independently of each other. The brother attack, which consumes BP, brother points, to unleash, is so powerful that it can turn the tide of a battle with a single blow. There are various types of brother attacks, such as the Akakora, which I'm probably saying wrong, but which apparently is familiar from the series, can deal massive damage to one enemy, so it is recommended to use it in boss battles. So some unique strategic kind of things going on there. You want to save certain attacks for boss battles to really deal like some serious damage. On the other hand, the Thunder Dynamo, in which Mario and Luigi can alternately generate electricity to drop lightning, can attack all enemies, making it truly valuable in normal battles where it is easy to be surrounded by multiple enemies. And we have yet another example of this particular attack on screen that you can see as they basically pull out a little machine, and their A and B is what you have to press just right. It looks like there's an X button that you can tap there as well. So kind of an interesting combination of the different buttons that you have to pull off there. But you do have this giant AoE attack where you basically can just take out everybody within any immediate vicinity of you. And that's also a very cool addition to see that there's going to be different button combinations you have to worry about. And obviously in a turn-based RPG like this, having the right strategy and mindset of when to use your special attacks is absolutely going to be key. So continuing on down here, we have the key to fighting well is to choose the commands and techniques that match the situation at hand. So please keep this in mind. An unidentified and suspicious group. So this is, I'm assuming, going to be like a reoccurring group of bad guys that we will be running into throughout this game. Standing in the way of Mario and his friends aren't just the monsters that inhabit the island, a trio who call themselves the Boulder Squad, and a suspicious person who gives instructions behind them. Details have not been revealed, but it seems that they will be engaged in a fierce battle with those who are working behind the scenes in Connectoral Land. So these are your kind of, bad guys I'm assuming we're going to be running into multiple times throughout the story. And I'm assuming, they're probably going to be following you around to various different islands. It does seem like they are propping them up as kind of a central story point. And whoever's giving these three guys the kind of instructions is probably going to be maybe potentially even the final boss of the game, or some kind of thing that they're going to build up throughout the story. So we will have to kind of see what is going on there. But this is kind of the end of the website portion that we want to look at. The new trailer that was released on Nintendo of America's YouTube channel is a pretty short snippet, like 30 seconds, but it's greetings from Concordia, and it's kind of one of those like postcard theme type of things, that this is what's going on with Mario and Luigi, and we get a nice look at the various different lighting effects, the visuals, the just how bright and vibrant the colors are in this game is what really stands out to me in this most recent trailer, because it already looked beautiful in the very more detailed, few minute trailer that we saw when the game was revealed. But we do get a nice look at various different environments that we just went through from that previous website that we saw, in addition to kind of some new snippets of gameplay that we didn't even see featured in that website. So really cool things you can kind of slow down and dive into if you want to on your own time. But I did notice, one thing that Mario and Luigi are seen doing in this trailer is kind of holding on to each other and spinning. They essentially fly through different areas and different places you can only get to by kind of hovering or flying through the map. So really cool aesthetic, really cool theme that they're doing, like postcard style, like basically they're kind of on an island vacation is the idea here. So lots of new details to basically be able to dissect and go through as we wait for this game to ultimately come out on November 7th. But I personally will have my eye on this. It is a great time to be a Mario RPG fan right now, because anything that is in the Mario RPG universe here lately has been receiving a ton of love. So let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on picking this up at or after release. Are these new details that we've learned about Mario and Luigi Brothership making you more excited for this game to ultimately come out? Or is this one that you may skip over for now, or at least until you see something else that will help you make the decision to buy it? So make sure you share all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below before you leave, regardless if we agree or disagree. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn your notification bell. And with that, I've been Sunbro, you've been Nation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.